Get cuz everybody can say we'll continue with a game called Do Not Take This Cat Home. Oh boy. Where were we? Is it number 3, 4? Yeah, number 4. You swallow, throat suddenly dry even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. I highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny. But you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. Shut up! They seem even more upset that they had been, minutes ago? Identical frown lines digging between their brows. Keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with every step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab at you from behind, but no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater holding your breath as the doors close behind you. Well, that was an experience. You briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and the theater full of people. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in huge gasps of air. Pant, pant. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, spooky. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you. And they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booth and the lines leading to them, and make your way home. Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the blatant anger, fury, and disgust on their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of a cat's meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's. Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred on your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. Finally, you get inside your apartment. Lock all the locks on the door, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. Pant, pant. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. How exciting. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers of your bed trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full as nightmares of glaring eyes. You try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing and yowling in the distance outside your apartment. Ending 17 Black Sheep. Let me just put that in. That was annoying. Load. 3. How about we don't leave the cinema? Try to blend in with the crowd. Thinking fast, you look to the screen and begin to chant in tandem with the crowd. Yeah, 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 yeah. That worked. You feel the harshness of their collective gaze start to ebb away. The air in the theater becoming lighter once again. Yeah, yeah. You release air shakily, just realizing that you'd been holding your breath earlier. You feel stuck. Surely you can't just up and leave now. Not after whatever all that was. The people around you all seem fine now. but there's no telling if they'd get aggressive at you for even moving too much. Never mind outright getting up and leaving. Decide to let this run its course. Hopefully someone will come along. Right? Or at least turn the film off? Continue to chant along with everyone. Yeah, yeah. You start to feel lightheaded. You feel as if you could fall asleep, but your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You feel as if you could fall asleep, but your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You try to look around and engage the other's emotional state, but you can't seem to look away from the screen. You try again, but you're still locked into eye contact with the cat on screen. Nya nya, nya nya, nya nya. You attempt to physically force your line of vision away. Excuse me. Still your nerves, ready to throw yourself to the ground if you need to. But your body only gets as far as tensing up for a moment before completely loosening itself again, making you lay back limply into your seat. You think you could be panicking right about now, but even your brain feels limp. The thoughts a vaguely muted pastel pink, airy, sickeningly sweet and loosely spun, like cotton candy. Alright. You like cotton candy. You think you shouldn't mind your thoughts and body being like cotton candy either. So, why get up and ruin that? It's nice here. You're more at peace than you've ever felt before in such a crowded room. Still, Shandy, you've never felt so aligned and in tune with another person, let alone with an entire room full of complete strangers. You're not alone. Out of the corner of your eye, the person next to you starts to sink back even further into their chair. Then they sink even more. Then more. Not like they're slouching or reclining, but more like they're deflating. Their skin bunches up and wrinkles like fabric as if their muscles, their bones have started to disintegrate. Their eyes dim before sinking to their sockets. Their mouth still attempting to chant falls open over a cut off. Yeah, gaping as the world ends in an awful hiss, a final weak release of air. You muse thoughtfully about whether or not you should be distressed at the sight. But even then, the blanket of peace doesn't leave you. Suddenly, from the pile of skin and clothes next to you, you see a lump moving around. Watch in dazed fascination as the lump makes its way to the part of the skin where the head used to be, and out from the mouth, crawls a tiny black kitten. Yeah, right. Can hear the familiar hissing sound all around you now as the unified chants start to fade, only to be replaced by the faint mewing of kitten. Mewling? Right, whatever. Finally, your voice is the only one still chanting, still human, and alone. Again. You don't want that. You can't go back to that. Not again. Not again. Please. Just then, you go completely limp. Body feels light, but it might as well weigh several tons. Because you realize quite suddenly that you can't move. Not an inch. You can't shift your eyes to look around. You can't even breathe. But somehow, the chant continues to creak weakly from your mouth. Nya nya. Few kittens come forward and perch themselves on the chairs around you, watching your sinking body, mewling as they wait for their youngest sibling to emerge from you. Dozens of glowing eyes peer down at you, and as your eyes start to cave into the sockets of your softening skull, you manage to make out the silhouette of a familiar cat perching on the seat right in front of you. Why even use a black cat? A black cat is like, it makes the spirits go away. Your vision finally fades. I read before that witches have black cats so that it can ward off evil spirits. So, what's the deal? Why make black cats evil? Your vision finally fades. And as that same hiss of air expels itself from your mouth, the last thing you sense is something small and alive shifting eagerly under your skin. Ending 18. Whatever. 40 fucking endings. We're not even halfway there. Jesus. We're done with looking behind us. We went to the new cinema. Yeah. We know this already. Yeah. Oh, on second thought, should we go to the carnival? Why not? Spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, faro boat. Rides you've been on before. Hoops, coin toss, balloon darts. Games you've played before. Funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy. Food you've eaten before. All things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together. Laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories. And then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It sounds kinda lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? Save here. Why not enter the maze? We're already here anyway. You enter the maze. A few rooms in, you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very. Maybe this was a mistake. Why did you think going to a maze of mirrors was a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. Turn around to head back the way you came. Only to bump into a mirror. Where's the exit? Try again only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you'll realize that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? Step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious to flick it on. Click. Huh. The light doesn't look very... Crap, the lights. Did the power go out, or did the attraction operator forget you were in here? How long have you been in here actually? You pull out your phone to check the time or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead, of course it is. Grip the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know there's probably not that much juice left. Best to reserve it for a worst case scenario and you feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, daring adventurer. Who said welcome to the mirror maze? Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? Yeah, I need help. Once again, welcome to the mirror maze. You're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Or rather, good paws. See these little cuties here? They'll be doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second. Emergency light will flash? Okay. And also what lies beyond them. Whenever you see these kind kitties, just go where they are and you'll reach the next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in here. It is highly suggested that you refrain from following any of our other guests. They can be sneaky or distracting, but they're always hostile. So please take caution when advancing to the next room. Of course, this wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? No, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all, and you can't do anything to them either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left. Go center. or go right. The choice is yours. Though, if you find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, and all the path leads to a mirror or something else, it is recommended that you stay put. And just maybe it will work itself out. Now for your navigation tools. The flashlight you found doesn't have much juice left. It'll only let you get a quick extra peek at your surroundings about 5 times. So try not to use it all up at once. Life's 25 rooms. You could keep track of your progress through the rooms up to the left, and your lives up to the right. You got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid the less friendly guests lurking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're soft and squishy. It wouldn't take much damage to. It wouldn't take much damage you be. It wouldn't take much damage beyond repair. And besides, you're human. And humans usually only have the 1 life, yeah? And yet here you get 3. Don't you think you ought to show a little more gratitude? Okay. And that's the end of your tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Are you ready to play? Later. Fine, let's get this over with. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Right. Okay, next room. Right. Okay, next room. Left. Okay, next room. Stay put. The room fills off. Just wait. I think something just changed. Left. Okay, next room. Left. Next room. Stay. The room fills off. Just wait. I think something just changed. Setter. Room. Right. Next room. Right. Next room. Right. Next room. Right. Next room. Center. Center. Stay. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Center. Left. Left. Stay. You see at the exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. Except, you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see an endless white void end. Yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless, faceless, and empty. So empty and listless, they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back, but the glass doesn't give. Pass the glass. A familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. The glass goes dark. Asshole. No, it doesn't. It goes light. Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. Ending 19. You beat the maze. What if I failed the maze? Can you let me go? The request to forfeit is denied. Screaming is not allowed in the maze. Can you turn off the flash, please? This game's too hard. Alright, your flashlight will give you a 7-second chances now. And the flash will last longer. Is that better? Fine. Yeah. Setter. Ow. Setter. Ow. Am I dead yet? Yep. Suddenly, the lights turn on. Your eyes burn from the sudden brightness. As your vision adjusts, you see that you're completely surrounded by mirrors. The reflections all grotesque in unique ways. Look nothing like you. But they do look familiar, hungry. You back up. You don't know where to go. Was there even a way out to begin with? You bump back into a mirror. You feel a hand firmly grip your shoulder. Jump. Yeah. There's a sharp pain in your other shoulder. Right. You rip away looking back to see something leaning out of the mirror. Its face has no features, save for a large gaping mouth, stained in your blood. Looking around in a panic, you think that the mirrors feel closer than before. The path you'd come in from is long gone. You're surrounded, and every time you blink, you could swear the mirrors were getting closer and closer and closer. Horrifying reflections looking hungrier and hungrier. Yeah. Am I dead yet? Ending 20. Alright. Hey, we're halfway there. Fucking halfway there, folks. Fucking halfway there. Do something else. There's gotta be a better way to spend your day off than wandering around staring at weird mirrors. Now what? We could go to the dog park. Yeah. You decide to take a stroll in the park or something. The only one within walking distance is a nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First you get to see a cute cat today. Now I get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions. Playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such cute whatever. Like you'd want anything to do with these mangy mutts. What's wrong? You didn't think of that. You decide to move on. The dogs are also adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path, trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. You stop at the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. What the hell? What the hell kind of choices are these? Leave the park, kick the puppy, kill the puppy, eat, pick up puppy? Pick up the puppy. Pick up the puppy and hold on. You just barely manage to rate in the reflex to throw the puppy as far away from you as possible. With shaking hands, you quickly place the puppy on the grass and take several jerky steps back. The owner seems confused by your reaction to their puppy, but you just wave at them in a daze before hastily stumbling away. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Stay at the park. Stay at the park. You stay at the park. Yeah, I know, right? You try to calm down by watching all the dogs from afar as you walk along the path, but every so often one will run up to you. And when they do, they look wrong. Their owners don't seem to notice. You find it best to sit down for a quick break, closing your eyes. Maybe this wasn't the best idea after all. Maybe you should have stayed with me instead. You're broken out of your thoughts when something lands gently on your lap. You look down and see a frisbee on your thighs. Hey, sorry about that. Could you throw that back? Look up to see an owner waving at you in the distance. But more importantly, bark. A series of excited barks jerk your gaze forward and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. A series of excited barks jerk your gaze forward and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. Hey, hurry, throw it back. Oh well. Throw. You throw the frisbee and the dog runs in the opposite direction, jumping and catching it right out of the air. Ooh, quick time events, etc. Impressive. The dog and the owner walk up to you. Thanks for that. You can pet him if you want. The dog looks up at you, eager for its reward of pets and pats for catching the frisbee. Should I pet the dog? Really? Are you sure? I'm warning you. Do not touch that mutt, or you will regret it. Pet the dog. What are you gonna do about it, Buster? Well, you reach out your hand and you pet the dog. Dog seems pleased. You don't feel well. Suddenly, the sky begins to darken rapidly. You look up along with all the pet owners to see that the sun has been eclipsed by the moon in the blink of an eye. You vaguely remember that you should never look directly at an eclipse, but for some reason, you don't look away. A loud piercing yell fills the air, shaking the ground beneath you. You instinctively move to lift your heads in order to shield your ears, but... what the hell? But the hand that had been cautiously pressed upon the dog's head comes away with some resistance. Resistance like slime, sticky slime among, almost cementing your hand to the dog's head. The slime stretches with your movement. Dog's head stretches with it too as the canine begins to just melt. Right. It melts and melts. David Meltzer. Until it becomes a pile of goo at your feet. You dazedly look around for the dog's owner only to find an empty pile of familiar clothes where they once stood. You see similar piles of clothes next to piles of goo scattered all across the park's open field. All the dogs, all their owners, why can't I read? Holy shit. The melted goo of the dog in front of you then starts to move with a shudder. Yeah. It slithers across the grass toward the field in the center of the park, all the other piles of goo following after it. They mix and melt together into a single entity that shifts and undulates and bulges and grows. You watch in dazed horror as it then fills out and shapes itself. Into a behemoth of a dog, snarling and frothing at the mouth, red eyes frantic and searching, before the glowing orbs land directly on you. The rumbling growl it emits is so low and deep, you can feel the sound of it crash into you. Leave the park? Is there any other choice? Maybe there's another choice. No, you had your chance. Oh, okay. Better start running. Alright. You try to run, but you're not fast enough. The behemoth barely takes a few leaps before it's already towering over you. Ow, you asshole. Ow, stop that. Can you please stop that shit? It tears you apart until there's nothing left. Ending 21, a dog person. Done. Ouchie. Okay. Now what do we do? Leave the park. What? Good. What do we do now? I mean, we've already watched the movie, we went to the carnival, we went to the dog park. What can we do now? Let's see. Check the loads. Something here. Here. I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to load it here, right? What if we... I feel like I remember this. Do not take cat home. City kill cat is... Save it here. I remember there are other choices here if I leave the cat. And then we ignored the cat and then all these things happened. So what if we turn back? Why not? Aww. How are you supposed to walk away from that? What kind of monster would you be if you could? You sigh a little and walk back to the cat. It almost looks hopeful, its tail swishing faster as it leans up a little more towards you, as if eager for your next move. Fine. Fine. It's strange. The more you hesitate to leave the alley, the more you find yourself wondering. What's the point? You'll go where? Do what? What's the point when you're always doing all of it completely and utterly alone? Even going home to your apartment wouldn't help, would it? One bedroom, one bathroom, and one you living alone in it. It's been like that for so long. So long. You're startled when you feel an impossibly soft paw pressed lightly against your wet cheek. You didn't realize you'd be crying, or that your little breakdown had literally brought you to your knees right in front of the cat's box. You feel slightly embarrassed, but the cat responds as if he can sense your self-deprecating feelings creeping in. It presses its paw on your cheek 3 times in quick succession, as if trying to slap you out of your melancholic state. But they're so light, the slaps feel more like getting gently and eagerly petted. Can't help but laugh a little. Can't believe I'm having a meltdown in the dirty old alley, with the stray cat comforting me. You smile and show your gratitude with a scratch at the cat's chin. Thanks, I'm fine, really. That just happens sometimes. I really do like being alone most of the time. It's the only time I feel comfortable being myself, you know. But even I get lonely every now and then. It's easy to ignore when I'm keeping myself busy. That's why I pushed myself to go out today, I think. Maybe I was hoping to make a friend or something. Though I guess that wouldn't be a good idea. I doubt someone like me would make for a very good friend to anyone. Okay, maybe I won't go so far as to say that, but... You stay. And just talk to the cat. About anything that comes to mind. Your isolation, your loneliness, your many fears, your losses, your emptiness. Although, the longer you stay there, the smaller that one significant emptiness feels. It's been so long since someone just listened. The words shift to gentler topics. Your hopes, your dreams, your happy memories of the past. Yeah. As you talk, you don't even notice the once cold concrete walls of the alley becoming flesh-like. Warm and pink, its softness slowly engulfing the both of you. The sound of your own voice feels hypnotic as it reaches your ears, encouraging you to speak more of the depths of your heart into the open. You give in easily. When you do run out of words, you're not sure how long you've been sitting there, but not knowing doesn't seem to bother you. Still, a strange question enters your mind. Leave and go home? Why would I want to do that? Yeah, okay. You're too tired to move. Pouring out your heart and soul has taken a surprising toll on you, but you have no regrets. You're so happy. You don't think you've ever felt so heard, so seen. You lean forward to rest your head on the box. You don't feel the rough cardboard you were expecting. Instead, you find yourself resting on a mass of something soft and slightly damp and warm. So warm, you can't find it in you to care on what it could be. So tired. Yeah. You close your eyes, and you get the feeling that they'll probably never open again. Anything else? Are we done? But as that all the but as that all-encompassing warmth encases you slowly, completely, feel nothing but pure contentment. Ending 22. Not alone. Yeah, okay. Whatever, dude. So, yeah. So, 40 fucking endings. So this is do not take this cat home. If you want to try it again for yourself, the links description. Blah, blah. So this is do not take this cat home. If you want to try it for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. I'm bored.